In the world of Renegade Immortal, loyalty and betrayal often walk hand in hand. Today, we dive into the tragic story of Hu Pao, the genius disciple who turned against his master, Wang Lin, and unleashed a storm of hatred that would shake the heavens. As the soul-refining tribe continued to flourish under Wang Lin's rule, a new prodigy emerged, Hu Pao. This boy's natural talent was astonishing, even rivaling that of Hong Dai. Recognizing his potential, Wang Lin personally guided him in cultivation and even brought him along on his journey into the legendary ancient monster city. But no one could have predicted the tragedy that would follow, because it was there, in that cursed city, that Hu Pao would one day betray his master. So what drove Hu Pao to turn against Wang Lin? After Wang Lin rose to become the leader of the monster generals, he brought both Hu Pao and Xian Ni into the military camp. It was around this time that Yao Shishue approached Wang Lin, asking for his help to enter the immortal emperor's cave mansion. Wang Lin agreed, and once he stepped inside, an entire year passed before anyone heard from him again. During Wang Lin's absence, Hu Pao and Xian Ni were accused of wrongdoing and thrown into the prison. There, they suffered unspeakable torment, humiliation, torture, and endless despair. Day after day, Hu Pao waited, believing his master would come for them. But Wang Lin was trapped in deep slumber within the cave mansion, completely unaware of their suffering. As time passed, hope turned to bitterness. In Hu Pao's heart, gratitude was replaced by hate. He convinced himself that Wang Lin had abandoned them, that he and Xian Ni were nothing more than pawns. Then one day, a mysterious old man appeared in the depths of that dark prison. He freed Hu Pao and saw the boy's frightening potential in the art of soul refining. Smiling faintly, he decided to make Hu Pao his disciple, planning to train him as one of his future demon guards. Time passed, and on an ancient battlefield in the far west of the demon spirit land, Hu Pao now sat cross-legged amid a storm of black banners. Hundreds of soul flags fluttered around him, releasing faint wisps of black mist. Within that mist, the restless spirits of fallen warriors howled and surged, their violent auras feeding the dark energy that Hu Pao was absorbing. 100 feet away, the old man in black robes watched quietly, his expression unreadable. When Hu Pao finally finished cultivating, the old man spoke in a calm tone, telling him that Wang Lin had reappeared in the ancient demon city, not only fighting a demon general but even rescuing 13 people. At that moment, Hu Pao's eyes flickered, and then hardened into pure murderous intent. He would have his revenge. He would kill Wang Lin. The old man asked him why. Why kill the man who once taught him the art of soul refining? Hu Pao sneered. To him, Wang Lin's teachings had never been out of kindness. He believed that Wang Lin had used him, that all his pain and imprisonment were because of him. In that pitch-black cell, when he was whipped, starved, and humiliated, where was Wang Lin then? He had waited, believed, hoped, until all that hope turned to hate. From the moment the old man freed him, Hu Pao swore he would never again be anyone's servant. The old man smiled faintly, impressed by the young man's resolve. "Good," he said. "You are indeed worthy of being chosen." Then, with a step forward, his body dissolved into black smoke and vanished. Left alone, Hu Pao clenched his fists. He muttered to himself that Xian was too simple-minded, too easily fooled by Wang Lin's false kindness. The agony of the prison had opened his eyes. Wang Lin had only ever treated them as tools. And one day, Hu Pao would make him pay. He imagined that future vividly, standing before Wang Lin, waving his soul flag as tens of thousands of furious souls surged forth to devour his former master. He whispered the name of the forbidden technique his new master had given him, world destruction and yuan pressure. Once he mastered it to the 4th level, he would gain demonic power vast enough to shake the heavens. Not far away, in the heart of that battlefield, a towering black structure stood, a dark tower surrounded by an eerie, majestic aura. At its peak, the old man in black knelt before a suit of ancient armor, completely black and covered with intricate patterns that seemed to pulse faintly like living veins. As the old man bowed, 2 dim lights flickered to life inside the helmet, eyes that watched him silently. The old man addressed the armor as Master, reporting what he had learned about the demon emperor of Tianyao County. The glowing eyes dimmed once more, and the armor fell silent. Afterward, the old man sat cross-legged outside the tower, deep in thought. He considered Hu Pao's progress. If that boy continued to absorb countless souls, combining them with his unique soul-refining arts, and then used the elixirs and forbidden techniques he had been given, his cultivation could skyrocket in no time. Then, using the secret method, one-time burst, he could compress all of his life force and potential into a single hour of devastating power. But even as he contemplated this, The old man felt uneasy. There was something off about his master's soul-refining technique. It was too perfect, too cruel. Still, Hu Pao was a useful test subject. If it succeeded, he planned to return to the soul-refining tribe to find more candidates. Soon after, when Wang Lin reached the threshold of becoming a true powerhouse, the very same black armor the old man had served suddenly came to life. It transformed into a skeletal black arm that appeared beside Wang Lin, absorbing the life force of newly ascended cultivators. Realizing the danger, Wang Lin fought back fiercely, repelling the demonic limb. Without hesitation, he rushed straight toward the ancient battlefield where the armor resided. To stop him, the armor commanded the old man and his disciples to intercept Wang Lin, and so the old man brought Hu Pao forward to confront his former master. As Wang Lin arrived, a vast soul storm erupted. The sky darkened beneath a sea of swirling souls, their cries echoing like thunder. And from within that storm, a single figure stepped forth. Hu Pao, clad in black, walking through the void with a gaze colder than death itself. Hu Pao's eyes burned with a hatred so intense it almost seemed to ignite the air around him. He glared at Wang Lin, gritting his teeth as if to make sure the man before him still remembered who he was. When Wang Lin finally spoke, quietly calling his name, Hu Pao, that single sound shattered the last piece of restraint within him. The fury that had festered for over 10 years exploded. Hu Pao threw his head back and laughed madly, and as his emotions surged, the billions of souls above trembled in unison. The sky darkened beneath their rage, pressing down on the world like an ocean of wrath. Hu Pao wanted Wang Lin to understand everything, every drop of his hatred. He didn't attack immediately. Instead, he screamed out his accusations, his voice shaking with rage. He spoke of the torment and humiliation he and Xianxia suffered after Wang Lin abandoned them. He described how the prison commander crushed his meridians, shattered his bones, and left him to rot in the endless dark. He recalled how, in that moment of despair, he cried out again and again for Wang Lin to come save him. Yet Wang Lin never came. And in that silence, he realized the bitter truth. In Wang Lin's eyes, he and Xianxia were just tools. Pawns that could be sacrificed without hesitation. But he hadn't died in that prison. No, he'd been reborn. Rescued by a powerful old man he now called Master, he had trained relentlessly, pushing his soul-refining arts to terrifying heights. Over the years, he mastered control over hundreds of millions of souls, creating a vast army of the dead at his command. Now, Hu Pao believed he stood above Wang Lin. He wanted not only to kill him, but to destroy him completely. To drag Wang Lin's body into the cruelest black prison in existence, make him suffer endless humiliation, and then seal his very soul within a flag, to be tormented for eternity. With a mocking grin, Hu Pao jeered. "Did you ever think you'd die by the very technique you taught me?" He wanted Wang Lin to be devoured by the billions of souls he had once helped him refine. He swore he would one day return to the soul-refining tribe and turn every last person there into wandering spirits under his command. The arrogance in his laughter echoed across the battlefield. He truly believed he was now powerful enough to crush everything. But Wang Lin only watched him quietly. His eyes were calm, penetrating. Then, in a steady voice, Wang Lin revealed the truth Hu Pao refused to face. He told him that hatred alone wasn't the only thing driving him. Deep down, Hu Pao also wanted to erase every other cultivator who practiced soul refining, to make sure no one in the world could ever rival him. At first, Hu Pao was silent. Then, with a twisted smile, he admitted it. He confessed that the agony he'd endured in the black prison had taught him one thing: power decides everything. The strong rule, the weak obey. Now that he was stronger than Wang Lin, it was his turn to reverse their roles, to kill the man he once called master. Wang Lin slowly shook his head. He gazed at Hu Pao deeply and admitted that his disciple's progress was indeed terrifying. To reach such a realm in just 10 short years was something even he had never seen. Not even Hong Dai, the most gifted of her generation, had advanced this fast. But that was exactly the problem. It was impossible to achieve such strength so quickly by cultivation alone. No mortal body could control hundreds of millions of souls without paying a price. Wang Lin saw through it instantly. Hu Pao must have been using a forbidden technique that ignited his very life force, one that burned bright but would only last for a brief moment, perhaps less than a day. That calm deduction struck Hu Pao like a blade. His composure cracked. With a feral snarl he roared, cutting Wang Lin off mid-sentence and launching his first attack. To prove his strength, and to terrify his old master, Hu Pao raised his hands, channeling his power. A storm of black mist surged from the endless sea of souls above, forming into millions of roaring, howling spirits that dove straight toward Wang Lin like a living tsunami. "Look, Wang Lin." Hu Pao laughed wildly. "Have you ever seen such a sight in your life?" But before those countless souls could reach him, Wang Lin merely looked up. His eyes were calm, filled with a faint trace of sorrow. Slowly, he lifted his right hand, and a shimmering rune of light appeared in his palm. The moment the souls saw that rune, everything stopped. The roars fell silent. The millions of vengeful spirits froze midair, then bowed, their eyes trembling with reverence. "The soul-refining technique," Wang Lin whispered, "was never meant to be used like this." With a wave of his hand, the tide of spirits shifted. Their eyes glowed faintly as they turned toward Wang Lin, their true master. In an instant, the connection between Hu Pao and his army was severed. Hu Pao stared in horror as his control crumbled. His bond with the souls was gone. Completely gone. Trembling with fury, he roared again, pouring every last drop of his demonic power into a final command. "Devour! 1 billion souls!" The heavens darkened. The black clouds of souls pressed downward, filling the sky until it seemed the world itself might collapse. Hundreds of millions of souls surged toward Wang Lin like a tidal wave of death. But Wang Lin had already seen through the flaw. With a single motion, he unleashed his divine sense, activating the hidden seal he'd left long ago when he first taught the soul-refining method. The billions of souls halted once again, and then, to Hu Pao's horror, they surrounded Wang Lin instead, forming a massive black cloud that carried him upward like a throne. Hu Pao's eyes went blank. His connection to the souls was completely gone. "No, impossible," he stammered. He mumbled that his benefactor had told him the spell's flaws were already fixed. Refusing to believe what he saw, he screamed, ordering the souls to return, even as he coughed up blood from the backlash. His mind shattered under the weight of it. For over 10 years, he had refined souls without rest. He had sacrificed everything for this: his sanity, his humanity, his very soul. He believed this army made him invincible, powerful enough to destroy Wang Lin and rise above the heavens. Yet now, all of it, 10 years of suffering, ambition and pride, had turned to dust in front of the very man he hated most. It was the cruelest irony imaginable. Everything Hu Pao built was now serving Wang Lin. That realization broke him completely. His madness consumed him as he screamed, rushing forward to kill Wang Lin with his bare hands. But Wang Lin only sighed. His eyes reflected a rare mix of sorrow and pity. In that final moment, he decided to show this fallen disciple the true meaning of the soul banner art. He raised his hand, and with it, 1 billion soul banners appeared, their power shaking heaven and earth. The countless souls that once belonged to Hu Pao merged together, forming a colossal soul body condensed from hundreds of millions of spirits. The soul giant swung its fist, and with one strike, the heavens trembled. Hu Pao's body and soul were shattered instantly, torn apart in a single blow. His hatred, his pain, his ambition, all vanished into the wind. Wang Lin stood in silence. His expression was calm, but deep in his eyes, there was a shadow of melancholy. With a quiet sigh, he waved the soul banner once more, collecting all the scattered souls, including the remnants of Hu Pao. Thus ended the story of Hu Pao, the disciple who turned against his master, consumed by hatred, and was finally destroyed by the very art that once gave him power.